Hey everyone, just wanted to give you a quick heads up. The second Global Product Owner Summit is coming soon. You can get all the details at bit.ly/Product Owner 2024. That's bit.ly/Product Owner 2024. And it's all lowercase, all one word. Oh, and stick with us until the end of the episode to know the dates and the tracks that we have for you in this year's summit. But for now, let's dive into today's episode. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday, the Change Leadership episode, this week with Johannes Andersen. Hey, Johannes, welcome back.
Thank you.
So change is, of course, a big topic for us, not only as Agile coaches, also as product owners, but we're going to take the Agile coach and Scrum Master perspective today. So share with us, Johannes, a change process that you were involved with. Give us a little bit of context and then describe for us the steps. How did that go in time? And as you go through the steps, highlight for us the tools, the tips, the tricks, the techniques you learned back then that you still apply today.
Yeah, I will try to. This is a bigger one, so let's try to see if we can get that to something that makes sense for guys. So we had a small business unit of around 50 people working with functional silos, basically. So we had your classical, we have marketing, we have BI, we have front-end developers, back-end developers. Like you see in many organizations, that's the way organization grows normally. You need more of a people, and then you create a team with that kind of people. And we were realizing that we were waiting had a lot of wait time for projects and tasks to move from one silo to the other. And we're trying to get a better flow of our projects through that organization. So we decided that we probably need to do something else. We took the management group offsite, went on a trip to Finland, spent 2 days trying to design something there, and we're inspired by a lot of great people like Susanne Kaiser, and we did some Wortley mapping. We did a lot of team topologies, talking about different kind of team types and how they can work together, and how we could try to reorganize around how we actually create products to a customer. So instead of these silos, and let's organize around our customers and how we actually do that. So we spent 2 days in Finland and Helsinki trying to decide that, came up with a rough draft of that, seen from the company's perspective. How do we sell products to our customers? At the end of that, we said, oh, this is good. We've tried to do that. We've created 2 major teams. They're probably too big because there were like 12, 13 people. And we had kind of a rule of saying 8 should be the max of a team. There's some debates about what a good team size is, but I think that's a golden rule to follow, something like that. So we said, okay, let's try to do this a bit more. And someone had the brilliant idea of saying, so what we've just designed is basically an organization seen from inside out, how we deliver to a customer. What if we flip that around and try to do that outside in, from the customer perspective? So where do the customer actually meet us? What is their needs we are trying to fulfill with our products? So we actually spent 2 more days trying to do that with the help of Wortley maps and techniques like that. At the end of those 2 days, we had a lot of maps and a lot of frustration, and actually ended up saying, okay, this is great. This could be done. It's too far for us. It's too big of a leap. We are going to do the inside out model, actually. So we saw there could be something from the outside in, but chose the pragmatic solution and saying, okay, we need to do this from the core, from what we deliver, because that's the way that's the culture today, basically. That's what we can build on. So we deliberately chose that. From there, we then did an offsite with the entire organization, where we tried to highlight the way we have designed the organization, gave them some concrete examples of work, of projects we've done, and say, okay, with this organization, without having people in it, without saying who's sitting where, but saying these are the teams. We have 2 cross-functional teams that are end-to-end enabled, and we have some supporting teams around that, delivering different elements. How would that look if we did this task, and trying to get the entire organization to help with actually saying, okay, so where are the hands-offs? Where are the problems? What are the bottlenecks? How should we handle all that? until that point, it was a really, really interesting and condensed change we were doing. Then a lot of things happened, and all of a sudden, before we actually did the reorg, there was something like 12 months later. That was too long, basically. We waited too long. We at some point, we began overthinking it, spending too much time on details, instead of just saying we have it 50%. We know there's problems, but the reality of it is that design we tried to make for the organization, yes, there were things we hadn't cleared. There were handovers we hadn't really thought of. There were probably something that we need to solve when we did it. But that's also the way our organization worked today. We weren't just that aware about it because we hadn't drawn it up like that. But we still had the same kind of problems. So that's something about a leap of faith that you actually say, okay, we can't solve everything with the first design. We need to actually start doing and start trying it. This is complex. This is not something we can actually try to describe end to end with everything in it. We actually need to just do it and learn from that.
And also the thing that comes to mind is that even if you were able to plan everything up front, the problem is that once you start executing, new things will come up that you were not ready for. And
Exactly.
From the perspective of the past organization, you can't really understand what's going to happen with the new organization. It's just not possible because you're not there. You don't
Exactly.
have that experience, and people are not facing reality when they are thinking, on paper, as it were, in that type of offsite. So that actually, that's one of the things you mentioned. We need a leap of faith. And at some point in any change process, we do need to have that leap of faith and move on, because it is through the actual doing that we learn what needs to be changed.
Exactly. And that's the hard point. I think it's the leap from the complicated to the complex mindset, because at some point when you're in the complicated world, you can actually describe things, and there are a lot of things you can do that for. But at some point you need to kind of have that mind, that leap of faith, basically, moving over to now it is actually complex. We will never get the answers for everything.
And also, even if we were to have the answers, the problem is the moment you enact one answer, you change everything around.
Exactly.
So, for example, if you decide to handle the handoffs between silos, because all organizations have a silo at some point, it's just where do you draw the silos? But the moment you handle that handoff in a certain way, you change everything around it, right? For example, if you build a cross-functional team, you don't necessarily get more work done if the cross-functional team then hands over to a production team who is overwhelmed with work coming from all of the cross-functional teams you just built.
Exactly. Something like that you can never foresee, because you have to actually do it to see the effects of it. And I could say we started actually with 3 stream-aligned teams, cross-functionals. We ended up with 2. The product owners we started with are not product owners today. 2 of them are managers, and we have 2 other product owners. All these things move. We thought we had 3 agile coaches. Now we are actually only 1 supporting those teams. So the thing moves, and we need to figure out a different way of doing it. So one of our lessons from that was we thought we needed an agile coach for each of these stream-aligned teams. But that wasn't really the solution for us, because we needed a team to actually own the process and own the purpose of being agile. So we needed to focus more on the product owner, and then have someone that can go in and enable and do a retrospective and do some of these things, but not there for the daily check-ins. That we actually need the team to learn by themselves and take ownership of. So there's some learnings there that we thought we needed the strong agile coaches, and we've actually done it without that.
And in practice, you always learn new things that you were not expecting to learn. And for me, that aspect of, okay, so you had the offsites, which was good, and you had the opportunity to think about the change from outside in and inside out, which was good because you involve more people and you also understand the context much better. But at the end of the day, what matters is what have we done to change? And that's the key, because change only happens in practice. It doesn't happen in plans or paper.
Yeah, because if you still have the same managers and they still act the same way, what has really changed?
Absolutely. Great story. Thank you for sharing that, Johannes.
You're welcome.
Hi there, Agile friends. Thank you for sticking around and listening to the details of the Product Owner Summit, this year's global summit dedicated to a critical Scrum role, the Product Owner role, of course. We'll have some amazing keynotes and 4 tracks filled with first-hand stories and experiences for product owners to learn more about that critical Scrum role. The summit will take place between April 23rd and 25th, so book your calendars. There will be loads of sessions for you to attend. One of the keynotes will be Dave West, the product owner and CEO at Scrum.org, one of the largest Scrum organizations in the world. If you want to know more, check out the details at bit.ly/product owner 2024. That's all one word, all lowercase, bit.ly/product owner 2024. We will also have 4 tracks. The 4 tracks will cover cross-functional product ownership. That's track 1. As Pixar's Ratatouille said, not every idea can be a great idea, but a great idea can come from anywhere. And this quote emphasizes the importance of a product owner being open to all ideas, regardless of the source, and also challenges us to focus on getting good ideas from everywhere and involving the whole team in the product owner role and responsibilities. The second track is Designing Products for Growth, where we explore how to craft products ready for scalable growth, merging practical strategies with innovation. The idea here is to learn to design products for growth, whether it is sales or customer acquisition. The third track is Know Your Users, user-centric approaches for agile development. In this track, we learn to master user-centric techniques in agile development, to deeply understand customer needs and transform insights into meaningful UX designs that focus on engagement and satisfaction. This is a track ideal for innovation-focused agile teams. And the fourth track, one of the most exciting tracks in my opinion, is product development with AI, ideas for product owners. Not only do we discuss about using AI in the products, but also AI for product owners to learn to make a bigger impact with the help of the AI tools that we already have. The Product Owner Summit will also present to you great opportunities to network with your peers. So get your ticket and join our Slack. You can get the ticket and join the Slack at bit.ly/product owner 2024. As always, we have free tickets and also the paid tickets that help to support this podcast. So check them out at bit.ly/product owner 2024. That's all lowercase, all one word, product owner 2024. I'll see you in the summit floor.